Hey there. Would you happen to be the esteemed owner of this establishment? You're the only one who works here? Well, then I guess I'm right. Yes, I am the vampire who called you last night and asked to meet with you. Oh, gladly. Your office. Sure. No, I don't usually visit spell and potion shops. However, there are a few things that bring me here. Well, it's rather complicated. You see, I don't mean at all to sound creepy when I say this, but there's this intriguing quality about you. Something I don't think you're aware of. I've seen you before. Last week, actually, in the local graveyard. You were talking to someone I couldn't see. No, wait, I'm not here to make fun of you for having hallucinations or an imaginary friend or whatever explanation you think I've come up with. I'm not a mental health professional, and that's definitely not why I'm here. Wait, it's important. No, don't call the cops. I'm not a stalker. Will you just give me 30 seconds of your time? Fine. Thank you. I'm here because I know what you saw, and I know it was real. Because I sensed magic coming from you. Magic I haven't seen in a very long time. That person you were talking with, they were dead, weren't they? Why else would you be in a graveyard? My point is that you're a fucking necromancer. I'm not lying. The magic I felt coming from you, it scared me. It was pure death. By that, I mean I felt the same way I did when I kicked the bucket myself. There was this intense weight on my chest and then pain in my ribs, like I could almost feel the car running me over. How do you know I'm not one of them? What do you... Oh shit, you can't tell the difference, can you? Between the dead and the living? Well, and the undead, if you're counting vampires and elemental spirits. What the hell do I have to do to get you to believe me? You want me to prove I'm a vampire? Fine! There, you can't fake fangs. That good enough for you? There are two things you should know about vampires. We don't talk about our deaths, and we don't show our fangs to non-vamps. I just broke both of those unspoken rules, so you better shut up and believe me already. Good. No, I went out of my way to tell you all this because... I want to be your mentor. Based on how unsuppressed your aura is, I can tell you're extremely powerful, but inexperienced. I can help you control it. No, I've been working with magic, especially dark magic, for longer than you've been alive. Just consider it, will ya? Here's my business card. I'm a magic consultant, and as you know, a vampire. So I don't usually have much to do, and I'm available around the clock. Nah, we don't sleep. And my vampiric spidey sense is telling me that you don't do much of that either. Those ghosts keeping you awake? Yeah, I can help with that too. Well, give me a call if it gets too overwhelming. I'll be waiting. Hey, it's Vox Calamity, Private Magic Consulting. What can I help you with? Ah, Necromancer. I've been waiting all night. Speaking of which, you should be asleep right now. What is it, 2:30, 3 in the morning? Damn, 4 a.m. I guess time flies when you're immortal. So, I was right about the ghost keeping you up, huh? What do they even talk to you about? Oh, that's rough. I know I couldn't handle being constantly vented to, especially not about how people died. Yeah, it makes sense that they'd tell you all about their regrets in life. Must be depressing. Well, anyway, did you consider the offer? Huh. A trial basis, huh? I can work with that. When do you want to start? Now? Wait, you're at work, aren't you? Why the hell are you... Oh. Well, I guess that's okay if you live in the apartment above the shop. Wait, you just told me where you live. Isn't that, like, bad? You trust me. Well, that's a mistake. I'm not saying I'm untrustworthy. I'm saying you shouldn't believe in the integrity of people so easily. It's naive, and no pun intended. It'll come back to haunt you. No, that's not a threat. It's a warning. But I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm here to show you how to control it. I'm on my way right now. I'll be there in 10 minutes. I know, I just told you that I'm not going to micromanage your life, but you should really lock that door. Does anyone else live here, or is it just you? Ah, right, can't forget the ghosts. How many of them are there? Oh, so it's not the same ones all the time. Just whoever's dead and in the area? That's interesting. Once they figure out that you're not going to bring them back to life, they stop sticking around. Well, I guess we should get down to business. You ready to go? No, we're not training here. Unless you have a dueling room in the back that I didn't see. Yeah, we're going to the PMCC. The Public Magic Combat Center? It's barely morning, but they're open 24/7. Wait, don't tell me you've never been there before. What? You're a sorcerer. And probably the only necromancer in centuries. Where do you practice magic? Of course you're a sorcerer. Have you not been tested before? You sell magic aptitude tests, Necromancer, and you've never even taken one. Your parents said you were an enchanter and just left it at that? Okay. We really gotta work on your gullibility. What are they, conjurers? Mages? Oh, non-magical. Well, then maybe it wouldn't be too hard to believe that you also had minimal casting ability. Since you're a necromancer, there are a few things you could be in terms of casting type. I assumed you were a sorcerer, but you could also be a summoner, a battle mage, a high sorcerer, an archmage, and maybe a circle mage. There's also the slimmest of possibilities, that you could have a specialized role. But I'm pretty sure those are just myths and rumors. Oh, specialized roles are just for casters whose skill at their magical affinity is greater than the highest casting rank, high sorcerers and archmages. They're one of a kind, and their names are usually based on a major arcana tarot card. I'll use astrological affinities as an example. The specialized role of the lunar magic affinity is the moon, for stellar, the star, and for solar, the sun. But for a necromancer like you, it'd just be death. But honestly, I'm more than skeptical of all that. If there were really casters above the highest rank, why didn't they help their affinities during the Great Wars? It's not like it's easy to become that skilled. They'd need centuries of practice to even come close to the abilities of higher ranked casters. If they're that old, they definitely had the opportunity to pitch in during the battles. Anyway, we should get back on task. I have a little shopping list for us before we start your training, and we can probably find the items here. First on the list is circle casting chalk. Yeah, Bone of Dusk should work. Then we'll just need some wards against evil spirits and a bunch of those pre-packaged healing spells. Hell, just grab all of them. I'd also suggest a basic staff or wand, but I want to see what you can summon. Got everything? Oh, and don't forget the magical aptitude test. I'm really curious as to what you'll get. So, what are you hoping to see on your test results? A circle mage? That's aiming pretty low, but whatever floats your boat. No, because they take literally forever to cast spells. They're all perfectionists who need to have their circles drawn flawlessly proportionate. I once saw one of them take an hour and a half to draw a fucking 2-foot wide pentacle. What kind of caster would I want to be? I think I'd stay a vampire if I had the choice. Well, vampires are just magic wielders who died under the right circumstances. If the body and the brain are still mostly intact at the time of death, then there's a good chance they'll come back as one of us. Yeah, I ask myself that too. Why vampires? Why aren't we resurrected as ghosts or poltergeists instead? I think it's because wielders feed off magic. When I was alive, I could easily take energy from the magic particles in the air. But now that I'm dead, I don't have access to that anymore since I don't have a soul. At least, not one that can process energy the way living supernaturals can. Hence the blood drinking. It's the most direct way to access the magic energy of others. I was an archmage when I was alive. A pretty epic one, too. I fought in the Great Wars, killed a bunch of monsters, and worked as a bounty hunter on the side. I was expecting to have an awesome, honorable death, but instead, I got run over by some asshole drunk driver. Yeah, I can still wield magic. It's just that instead of having an elemental affinity that I lean towards for offensive casting, I prefer to use blood magic now. Okay, we're here. Hi there, we'd like to rent a dueling room. 2A? Perfect. We'll probably be using it for maybe 3 hours? Does that work for you, Necromancer? Great. Nah, I can pay. Trial basis, remember? Gotta make it count. Cool. It'll be the second door to your left. Here's the key. Hey, are these things reusable? The magic aptitude tests? I want to take one and see if I still have the same powers I had when I was alive. Hold on, let me check the instructions. Cool, you can use it 3 times. I'll just set it up and then we can get started. Okay, it's ready. Just place your hand on the circle and draw on your power. You can't even draw on it yet? Well, yeah, that is kind of a bad thing. Most casters, even enchanters that can barely light a match, learn to pull magic from air, or from themselves if they're powerful enough, from a really young age. But no worries, I can tap your power for now. Just put your hand in the circle and use your other one to hold mine. Holy shit. That was strong. I only drew from the edge of your available energy, but that tiny amount filled up the entire pentacle of magic. I knew you were powerful, but I didn't think you'd have this much potential. If this is what I think it is, then... never mind. Oh, the test looks like it's about to yield results. You'll start with your affinity, then your recommended casting type, then your casting rank. Here it goes. Okay, you're a Necromancer, we knew that. And your recommended casting method is unassisted draw. Nice. And then, last but not least... No way. Hey, I think this test is faulty. It says that you're something that doesn't exist. Tests can't be wrong? Well, and you've been fucking lying to me. What does it say? What does it say? If this thing has even a shred of truth to it, you should know exactly what it says. If you're still committed to playing dumb, then why don't you take a look for yourself? It's written right in the middle of the circle. The Grim fucking Reaper. Call it what you will. The Ghost King, the fourth horseman of the apocalypse in Christianity, a Shinigami in Japanese culture, Santa Muerte in Mexican culture, Thanatos in Greek mythology. That's you. I'm too atheist for this shit. I'm taking a walk. I gotta think about things.